on EA Sports, where we'll see who's better, Houston's former team or its current one. It's the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Has us all set, and we are underway from Nashville, Tennessee. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading them out in his second season now out of Stanford. Here's Davis Mills.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early, so a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he's entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
And right off the bat, Mills looking to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Opening carry of the game here for Rex Burkhead. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw is Mills. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So 0 for 2 throwing the football and a very quick 3 and out to start the game.
Look, stats are going to be decided as the game goes on, but bottom line is that's not the quick start that every team looks for when they begin a game.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. They'll be led out by their 6'4" QB from the University of Tennessee. It's Joshua Dobbs.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. To about the 40-yard line.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Dobbs is throwing. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Desmond King back deep. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A 1st down throw for Mills. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Burkhead going to run straight ahead here. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short yardage, Mills. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. A much different 2nd drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the 2nd one.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Up the gut with Burkhead. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 12-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now Mills. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch.
Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On play action, it's Dobbs. On the move to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Henry up the middle. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw Dobbs. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brought down on the play by Amani Hooker. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What a great coach said football football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing, Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. Open man, Westbrook Akine. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Dobbs. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Dobbs. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Nothing to score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mills. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Pierce. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Mills. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Again, it's Mills. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days,
looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. 20. 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick-6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 14-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now out comes Houston. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football. ball, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Handoff right side to Pierce. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, they went back to it, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Mills. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here in their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Dobbs. That's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Dobbs. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On 1st down, Dobbs to throw. Rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing here, Dobbs. Steps away. This one downfield to Burks. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Dobbs. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Henry will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now Bullock to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Houston set to take over. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And Pierce gets it again on second down. They find some open field here. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A false start backs him up 5, first and 15. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be second and 13.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now on second and 13. Mills to Pierce. They set up the screen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We could second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Tennessee offense set to go again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
To throw again on second down. Dobbs. Looking to stop for once, and it's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it. We saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. A first down throw for Mills.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw again on second down. Mills. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense to a test by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Mills now.
And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dobbs is throwing. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. There's Dobbs to throw.
Running the slant, that's Hooper.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll look to throw again. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Dobbs.
This will go to Henry out wide.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay a one-score game as the lead holds at 8.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Houston. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. They'll run it again with Henry.
He's got it to the 43 here.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Dobbs. And right side, Henry's got it.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Whenever the the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense. It has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the busy night for Henry continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Back to throw Dobbs.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Bullock's kick is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they run with Burkhead.
And he'll get maybe a couple with that up to the 46.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mills to throw it.
And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 44-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A give to Burkhead on 1st down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd and 10. Throwing, Mills.
Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. He'll decide to keep this once more.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Mills gets the dump off to Pierce.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Davis Mills.
A 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Texans have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
And now Lovie Smith sends the call out. They're going to go for 2 here. Mills going to throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Now Dobbs. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On play action, it's Dobbs. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Henry's got it out on the left side. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Mills throw taken in by Collins.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mills.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this one is incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
They go play action. Mills.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Mills again.
Philip Dorsett holds it in.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Complete to Philip Dorsett. A gain of 12. First down, Houston.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Our first down throw for Mills.
And that is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. This one left side caught by Collins.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Give left side for Pierce.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Mills.
And he'll find Akins there, complete. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
The gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Flushed out right.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Eric Murray. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Houston's offense taking over again. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Burkhead on the handoff, running to the left. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
offense on third down tonight? They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now Mills.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
They called the corner blitz, and Roger McCreary, he got in there and earned a sack.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
So a big one coming here for Kaimi Fairbairn. This will get the lead up to 7. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing here, Dobbs. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Dobbs. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's go now. Let's go.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw, Mills.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
First down, Mills. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Mills to throw it. There again is Cooks, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Pierce takes it straight ahead. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
1st down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Mills throw here into the hands of Moore.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Throwing, Mills.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Roger McCreary, his 2nd sack of the night.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drop.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
On 1st down, Downs to throw.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Malik Collins able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. And brought in downfield by Burks. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Dobbs. This is caught. It's Woods. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on fourth down. Fourth down trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Dobbs. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry up. Now Dobbs. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jonathan Grenard in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do, just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties, you're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is. Ends up throwing the interception.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
What's the deal, man? Let's go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.